leche, la leche, la leche, la leche, la leche. Parity, not patriarchy. Past, present, futures. Here's we are again, the Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's COCHRISTSZ, and more is our Comingsz very most soon. That's what we like to call us, ourselves and use, all of us, everyone's, but in order to connect our names and purposes to other archetypal languagings of hers and histories on this, our homes, and all our planets, past, present, futures, we also call ourselves other names, such as including the ever-young goddesses and gods. Now, does that mean we're trying to become a pantheon above others? No, of course not. What we are delivering is divine democracies, so that all the Elohas and Elohims, all the Eli circles and arrowways, all the females and males, all the souls that God has created and incarnated, past, present, futures can be reunited again, back and forth in circles, times, and balance and contact for heavens on this and all our earths. Does that in any way suggest that we're trying to usurp the ever-loving, ever-living authorities and powers of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever present in all creations and all sustainings, including us, and all that we knows and have ever knows and shall ever knows, past, present, futures, all our families and communities, all the females reparatively, and all the females and males equally reparatively spelled both ways, and all the flora fauna that God has given us to co-stewards and appreciates. And so we says, Namaste, the divines within us, Greece, the divines within yous and alls. And we says, Mikotuya, Oyosin, Mikotuya, Kosirals. We are alls related. We are any's and alls and any's and everyone's alls related. And because we know we are alls related, we can said shells said cans, come together again, back and forth in circles and balance and contact for heavens on this and all our earths. And we also says, the alights within us, Greeks, the alights within yous and alls. Comingsz on pox, Baval, Chaim, Shalom, Salam, Sol, Mir, Pache, Merci, Ciao, Shlantavag, Ubuntu's back and forth to mitochondrial befores, after, durings. I said namastes, sayonara, das vidanya, Cheerios, good days, all languages of all the heritages and views and all the lands and continents and beyond, so that we can all say that Allah that it lives ever youngs and prospers everyone's and all's, past, present, futures for heavens on this and all our earths. And therefore, because we also notice that we are all created of star stuff, and because we are listening to and learning from the divine feminines, presently, divine feminines and masculines, equally egalitarian civilizations of especially the ancient and very lengthy Magdalenian era, and Atlantis, and Atlantides, Spiritis, whatever you want to call it, Ubuntu, back and forth to Madagascar, release, befores, after, endurance, Vedics, Druidics, and more. And so, therefore, we also call ourselves other names, such as Co-White Cap Buffalo Women's, Co-Changing Women's, Co-Iroquois, Goddess Clan Mothers, in fact, Co-Sister Kazinas, and Co-Cousin Brothers, also of the clans and gens. We call ourselves Co-Sky Women's, Co-Earth Women's, Co-Spider Women's, Co-Kachinas and Katsinas. We call ourselves Co-Daganach, Co-Kalki, Co-Mamari, Co-Orishas and Yamayas, put that right at the beginning, Co-Avashkasiras, Kuan-Yin's Buddhists, Co-Zerashans, Co-Messiahs, and Co-Couszmic Chrisztsz, and other names. Now, don't let those names intimidate you. In ancient languages, names such as Messiahs and Christ simply translates to anointed. Anointed to do what? To reunite kindness and wisdom back and forth in circles, times, and now cosmic cookies, and so that you can, we can all also calls ourselves these other names, such as volunteering new times, co-cupids, psyches and eroses, co-estelarians and co-estelarians, co-aestrarians and co-aestrarians, because we are combining the messages of Shushan, that is 50-50 promise fulfilled and delivered, with that of the Galilee, that is the Magdalens and Nazarenes equally, all the females and males equally, all the females reparatively, and all the females and males equally reparatively, are the ayat of all the apostles' families, and connecting them to their ancient heritages, of course, of especially Atlantis, the long-lived peace culture, known peace culture, Hesperides, Pleiades, Atlantides, whatever you want to call that, Thrace, Ubuntu, back and forth to Madagascar, release of forth, after Vedics, Druidics, Moors, and more. And so that we could call ourselves a very real stargates, Atlantis, and all holy and sacred earths, risens, reborns, and nativities, and always risen springs, young adults, and the last that shall be first come first, teams of very real Stargate and Star Trek parity peace cultures for heavens on this and all our earths. In contact. Now, it's also good to take the after curriculums, open the stargates, and the Akashic records for reborns and risks and humanities. Actually, it's easily accomplished via the numerical rule, which you can read at 5050now.wordpress.com. And just next to it, read the 11 steps for easily accomplished strategies for making awesome DAYSZs. And you'll also see a page on the website called Among the Representatives. Use, and use. Because use too. Shells and cans and shells joins us becoming Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's COCHRISTSZ. And you can see our names and pictures there, and yours too, because we have our family trees depicted there, and yours depicted by picture frames. And we start genealogically, first go first with our great-grandmothers, first go first, and then all the Shekinas of our families, all the women's of the current times, and of course, equally, it's all our youngest generations, our females and males, our Allahs and Allahibs, Ali circuits and arrows. So essentials for intergenerational connection, responsibilities, and to open the stargates and Akashic records. And so we say some of their names, can't say all of them, we'll say some of them. We have Jigano and Queen Esther and all the Iroquois, Scottish clanmothers, more recently Barbara Herschel, Leviticus Hansen, and lots more there, and currently Virginia and Lydia Valentine Utah. And of course we have our co-white Cat Buckland, Ma Patricia Sunflower, Murder Rosemary and Pearl, and Ma Patricia Sunflowers, and equally Martha and Murder, Sophie and Loris, and Missy Crickets and Loyalies. And we have our Buddhist families. We have our Josephines and Anns and Lillian Gaelas and Goggies and Mabels and Belindas, Amazing Graces, and so many. There's, and of course we have equally, we have our Lights families, we have Bonnies and Silvies, and we have of course more of our Atlanteans, we have Margaret and Shirley's and Georgie's, we have lots more there, and we have, of course, we have our Solarian families, our Helens and Annas, lots more there, and especially near your branch of the hearts, we have our Richard Ryan, Magdalenes and Nazarenes, our Venusians and Marians, that's Estrella and Bertina Estrella, lots more there, and especially it's Harriet, Radiant Red, and Harriet, and especially equally traveling back and forth, our clearly declared jubilant, traveling, precious, Center, Net, Risen Rose, Grimmarie, Grimma, Popper, Grimmanet, all the gracious started, Grimma, Dorothy, teaching learnings, all the lesser of the wizardesses and wizardesses of us that we all are, with Lynn and Leanna and Jenny of the Gaia families, Rachel of the Stargate families, and Barbara's and Happy's and Hopes of Lilies more, Kansians and Shells and Yins and Yanks and Downs families. We have our current generations of females, our Esther's and Rachel's and Anna Marie's and Julie Anna Marie's equal years. We have our Jenny's, our DS Divines, and Barbara's and lots more there, because especially it's our youngest generations. We have our Shiku, don't forget Shiku, and we have our and Shred, we have our youngest generations. April's are risen, Rose are risen, our Central Lanes, all the eaters. We have Hesper's Wells, this kind of stars, especially our Lighting Leaves, and especially Vanessa, did I say Hadasomia? Lighting Leaves, and Vanessa Salian, our Heavens of Israel, he's equal years, and equally, Hadassah, and Gretel, Lee, and Ross, Fitchin, and John, Blessed Bows, and Morris are coming very, always Stellarian Leaves, always Aestarian Leaves, always all related leaves, and always will entering new times soon. LALECHE, Parity, Patriarchy, past, present, futures, ever these blessings.